got a couple of prompts. I can find them. Yeah, there they are. These are 2 coins. These are Morton silver dollar. Which one do you think is the most valuable? Just look. Yes, which one?
Small one.
Which one?
Small one.
Small one?
Mhm.
Okay.
The one on your right.
Interesting. You had a good eye, son. These are Morgan silver dollars, and they've been made since 1878. This particular one here was made in, let's see, I believe it's 1901.
Wow.
1901. This one says 1879.
Wow.
So this is older, right?
Yeah.
This is counterfeit.
Oh, no.
A counterfeit Morgan silver dollar. So what you see in an obvious way is not necessarily what's really going on. When I look at this coin, when I got this coin, I said to myself, wow, that looks really good.
How much you pay for it?
Too much? And so I got to looking at it more closely, and the more I looked at it, the more doubts I had. But I've wised up in my coin collecting, and I have a little machine, a little electronic device that will tell me if a coin is silver and how much silver it is.
Wow.
And this has no silver in it. And so when that showed up, then I got to saying to myself, wait a minute, I think I got 3 more of these. And then I realized, these coins come in from China. China can send us anything they want to sell to us. And then eBay, where I got this coin, guarantees that everything is going to be on a legitimate, upfront situation. I had to fight with them about it, but I got all my money back, all of it. But it was difficult. China flooded the market with these. A lot of Chinese people live below the poverty level, so I can understand why they would do it. But I'm in possession of a counterfeit coin. That's against the law. But I can't give it away without transferring counterfeit coins. What's the point? If you look at this coin, you will see many features on this coin. But one of the things that you see is normal wear. This coin is worth a little bit less because it has normal wear, but because it's worth a little bit more because of the well-defined features. I'm using these metaphorically. Are you a counterfeit Christian? Do you talk a good game? Do you preach the gospel? Do you love every person that you see? And read in the gospel, I just became obsessed. The first verse in the New Testament is likely the most difficult for many people to understand. The very first verse. Matthew was a poet. His writings are poetic. But he wanted us to understand something. He wanted us to understand that Christ has always been. He's not a figment of our imagination or something that we as human beings created. Christ created. As an aspect and a person independent of God, he was there during the creation, but has always been created as part of and independent from God in this world. And I say in this world. When we say word, Jesus is the word. And if you want to understand God, all you really have to do is understand Jesus. Not much, huh? Not a heck of a task, right? We got it all written down for us. No, we don't. We don't know what creation was like before the earth was created. We get wrapped around these concepts, and instead of looking at the most obvious things and trying to research it to figure out what's going on, we realize in the translation of this verse that we realize that some people may see it differently. I only focused really on three major verses. And those are the ones that I'm talking to you about right now. Probably because, in my experience, it was the least easy for me to understand that first verse. What we need to understand is that all things came into being through God, Jesus Christ, with the assistance of the Holy Spirit. Now, I'm understanding this the best way I can. And you need to understand it the best way you can so that you're not too perfect. Because if you're too perfect, nobody's going to buy it. Christ came in the form of a human being. Be a good Christian. Read the Word. Understand it. If you don't understand it, find somebody who can help you with it. And then sit down with them, both of you, to understand it. Y'all know I'm going on sabbatical. I find the prospect somewhat fearful, quite frankly. Because I'm going to be taking a spiritual journey. I'm going to wait for God to tell me. It's hard to do, you know. So right now I'm waiting. I start my sabbatical next week. I'll be thinking about you all my friends here, all my friends everywhere, and I'll be making some trips that I feel directed to make. I want to describe this to you as best I can. This is a spiritual itch that has to be scratched. And if you're fortunate enough to understand that that's what's happening, then that knowledge imparts responsibility. The responsibility is to follow a path with faith. Not really knowing what's going to come at the end of it. Y'all know I've been pretty sick this year. I don't even know if I'm going to live in the year, quite frankly. I expect I will, but I can't live that way. If I'm going to live as a real Christian, Interesting, I'm using money, the root of all evil. I think you understand what I'm saying. In the beginning of this new year, take a look at yourself. What path are you supposed to follow? What path are you going to follow? Is it going to be the same old thing day after day after day? Are you going to make some resolutions that you know you're going to fail at? God says if we seek Him, we can't fail in becoming a Christian. Jesus says if you seek Him, you can't fail in becoming a Christian. And you won't become full of unworthy metal. Amen.